The clinking of glasses came to a sudden stop. A glass of red wine, knocked from an unsteady hand, spilled in slow motion, staining the billionaire's pristine white shirt with a stroke of deep crimson. Nobody moved. The young waitress, her face pale, eyes full of fear, set a small silver pendant on the table right in front of him. For a heartbeat, time itself froze. The most powerful man in the room, brought low by the simplest of mistakes, and a memory he wished he'd forgotten. Outside, thunder crashed. Inside, every gaze sliced the silence. Not even he knew what would happen next. Before I show you how pride can lead us astray, and how far we can fall when we forget where we come from, leave a comment. Have you ever witnessed an act of brutal injustice? If you had to choose, would you be the one pointing out the mistake or the one enduring it? Do you believe everyone deserves a second chance, even when their failure is public? Tell your story below. Luxury flooded the restaurant. Dark wood-paneled walls, crystal lamps casting golden reflections over tables set with perfect elegance, and the dense, nearly tangible scent of power in the air. It was the night of the charity gala, though everyone knew it was just an excuse for the rich to parade themselves before each other. The billionaire, Isaac Mendez, never blended into the crowd. His watch changed every week. His car was always different. But one thing about him never changed: the cold weight of his gaze. Camilla, the waitress, was skilled and steady-handed, but the atmosphere tonight pressed heavier than usual. She recognized faces from her old neighborhood, some who used to smile at her, now pretending she didn't exist. She needed this job. The tips were the thin line between eating dinner and going hungry. But one simple stumble, a glass of wine crashing, and the burning shame rising in her cheeks was enough. The manager hurried to the table, hunched and apologetic, knowing that nobody ever argued with Isaac Mendez. "Bring her here," the billionaire ordered, his voice slicing the air like a lash. Camila shook as she stood at his side, her fingers tracing the pendant her mother had left her. "You'll clean this mess with your uniform, and then you'll leave. Only people who don't make mistakes belong here," Isaac declared evenly, never raising his voice, but ensuring everyone heard him. Public humiliation was not an accident. Some guests pretended to look away, some lowered their eyes, others stifled a smile. Camila clenched the pendant tight. Without a word, she cleaned the table. But before she left, she stopped. With a defiant gaze, she set the pendant in front of Isaac, locking eyes with him. "This belongs to you more than you realize," she whispered. The entire room fell silent. Isaac felt a strange pang. His mother, Lucia, used to wear a pendant just like this one. He remembered her working extra shifts, enduring insults with only a tired smile. Why, at that moment, did that memory hurt him so badly? He shook his head, irritated at his own distraction, and slipped the pendant into his jacket pocket. Camila walked out into the rain, the chill cutting through her bones. From that moment on, her life and her dignity felt as fragile as the shattered wine glass. "No one will look back," she told herself. "No one remembers the ones who serve." She was wrong. Someone had noticed. A young man who saw her cry, moved by anger and empathy, decided to follow and make sure she was okay. Isaac tried to rejoin the gala, but the weight of that pendant burned in his pocket. He seethed at himself, haunted by Camila's voice. He thought of childhood, waiting for his mother to finish cleaning offices, swallowing her tears for a boss who never cared. He pictured himself, a dirty child, dreaming that one day he would be the one in charge. He never imagined that, once he got there, he'd lose the ability to look at others with compassion. The storm pounded the sidewalk as Camila sat under a canopy, letting rain and memories wash over her. Anger, shame, and raw grief all churning together. Where she grew up, mistakes cost you hunger, not humiliation. She lifted her face and let the rain erase her makeup. Near her, a little boy approached with a bright yellow umbrella. "No llores," he said softly. "Mi mamá dice que los que ayudan siempre reciben ayuda también." Don't cry. My mom says those who help always get help too. Camilla smiled, her lips trembling.
For a moment, she didn't feel so alone anymore. Inside, a rumor rippled through the tables like wildfire. Some diners whispered, "Was he too harsh? Why did nobody step in? Who fires someone for such a small mistake in front of everyone?" Someone had filmed the scene, and now it was circling social media. Comments exploded, some defending Isaac's standards, others outraged by his cruelty. For the first time, the anonymous voices of the public began to drown out the music of money. What would you have done? Stay quiet, laugh, or speak up? Isaac saw Camilla in the rain and felt an impulse he couldn't control. He crossed the street, letting the downpour soak his suit, and approached. "Why did you leave this?" he asked, holding out the silver pendant. Camilla, soaked but unbroken, met his gaze. "Because it reminds me of my mother. And you, whether you deny it or not, were raised by someone who wore the same," she answered. He could only nod in the thickest silence he had ever known. He sat beside her, not caring if the rain ruined his expensive clothes. Something broke inside. "My mother lost everything for my future. Sometimes I think I've betrayed every sacrifice she made, every single one." Cars splashed by, but the two remained under the city's cold neon. Camilla told him about her dreams, the sleepless nights keeping her home together. "We are not so different. The only difference is I couldn't afford to forget who I am." Isaac closed his eyes. For the first time, he stopped chasing success and let himself feel his own fear. Night deepened. Both knew this conversation would change something forever. Isaac returned to the restaurant, not with the intention to command, but to understand. In front of guests and staff, he called for silence. "I need to apologize publicly. I was wrong and I forgot where I came from. Tonight, a waitress gave me a lesson I should have never forgotten: humility." Camilla was asked to return. She hesitated, her pride still aching, but the sincere applause of some customers and Isaac's regretful gaze convinced her. She accepted, not out of need, but because she sensed a chance to make the world inside that restaurant a little different. In the days that followed, the video of Camilla's firing went viral. So did the video of Isaac's public apology. Thousands commented, some still indignant, others moved. The restaurant became notorious for something new, a place where even the mighty could own up to their failures and choose to change. Isaac created new rules: no mistakes punished in public, every person treated with respect. Tips grew, laughter floated softly between the tables, and Camilla, now head waitress, earned admiration from all. More than once, Isaac was spotted carrying heavy trays himself when the place got busy. The little pendant shone again around Camilla's neck, a symbol of courage and the memory of everyone who's been overlooked. Isaac watched her and thought of his mother, promising never again to betray what truly mattered. So, in the very place where humiliation sparked, respect and empathy took root. And you, if you witnessed such injustice, would you stay silent or speak up? Tell me in the comments below. Your story could change the world for someone watching right now.